weapons. Not all animals use teeth, claws or toxic chemicals as their weapons. Some, like this golden orb spider, construct elaborate traps and lures to secure their prey. And in tonight's episode, we'll look at the extraordinary array of traps and lures that are the specialty of our smaller members of the animal kingdom. For every weapon that humans have used in battle throughout history, there are animal weapons that got there first. They construct elaborate traps to ensnare. They possess all manner of projectile weapons. They use ingenious ways of successfully securing the next meal. And have even developed physical devices to lure. Luring is a weapon that ambush predators employ to entice their prey within reach. It's a weapon found in a diverse array of environments, yet all lurers have one thing in common. They are well camouflaged, opportunistic feeders. One such creature lives here in the wetlands of North America. Its lure resembles a mosquito wriggler. In the summer, they are in abundance and relished by the small, swift gambusia fish that share their rivers. For the mosquito wrigglers, their weapon is sheer numbers. But the fish too are potential prey. It would seem that only a predator faster than they are could succeed in making a meal of them. Yet the hunter which has them in its sights is a large, cumbersome bottom dweller, the alligator snapping turtle. The size of a football, it is the largest freshwater turtle in the world. This reptile usually forages at night, eating both plants and animals. Yet even in broad daylight, a feast of fish is too appealing to ignore. They are the perfect targets for the turtle's specialist weapon, a lure. A small pink worm-like piece of flesh. This turtle may be a slow mover, but once a gullible fish has been attracted to the bait, the massive jaws close like a steel trap. Being predominantly a nocturnal forager, the snapping turtle's lure provides an opportunity for supplementary feeding during the passive hours of the day. A weapon that gives it an edge in competition for scarce food resources. Lures are found not only in river systems, but in the oceans too. In this watery world where fish have become super predators, competition is fierce. Each must somehow have a weapon that enables it to exploit its place in the ocean. And while it seems there's a constant parade of potential prey, to take your share and survive, you have to be faster, stronger, or perhaps better camouflaged. The great Great Barrier Reef is home to more than 2,000 different fish species, each with their own specialised weapons. It is this specialisation that enables each to eke out a living in this competitive environment. This striped anglerfish has forsaken the powerful swimming tail and streamlined body of the pursuit predators for modified fins that function as hands and a body that sits comfortably on the ocean floor. Without the ability to chase fish, this angler entices fish to come to it. Its most specialised feature is its fishing rod, actually a modified spine from the dorsal fin, complete with a flap of tissue that wiggles like live bait. For the lure to be effective, it must be the only part of the fish that is conspicuous. Intricate patterning and feathery outgrowths break up its body line. It takes on the appearance of algae-encrusted rock, even swaying with the motion of the current. Its hand-like fins act as stabilizers and add leverage for the strike. The cavernous mouth is large enough to handle prey the angler's own size. The angler is selective, avoiding luring toxic prey or potential enemies. The explosive attack occurs in 1/50th of a second. By violently swallowing, prey is sucked in along with a rush of water. To ensure that water heads straight for the stomach, it exits behind the front fins. It's a weapon that works well for this little fish, giving it the opportunity to feed on prey that would be too fast to pursue. To successfully ambush your prey, you have to be a master of deception, to employ some form of camouflage or other disguise so that your prey suspects nothing. This death adder down here not only has the ability to camouflage itself, but can also sit motionless for hours, and it's these attributes that enable it to employ its master weapon, a lure. The death adder is a short, robust reptile, far less streamlined than its relatives. Its scales are coloured to blend in with forest leaf litter. This camouflage enhances the effectiveness of its lure. But not all creatures are tempted. Although venomous, its venom is not as potent as many of Australia's front-fanged snakes. But it does have extremely long fangs and is a copious venom producer. Using its tongue, it seeks out the pathways of its prey through chemical detection. A lizard basks nearby, its body flattened against the rock to absorb maximum heat. From the corner of its eyes, movement catches its attention, perhaps potential prey. The lizard moves closer to inspect, oblivious to the trap that awaits it. The death adder snaps with incredible speed, another of its hunting attributes. Its extra long fangs hold the lizard firmly in its jaws, while the venom takes its paralysing effect. The death adder has an energy-efficient weapon, but one which allows them to feed only when prey ventures close enough and succumbs to their luring. Some creatures simply need ambush alone to secure their prey, without a lure or any active involvement. They rely totally on the effectiveness of their camouflage, so as not to reveal their presence. Here in these tropical forests, there lives a spider that has an uncanny resemblance to the flowers that it frequents. It hides deep within the nectar-laden blossoms and waits for butterflies to be attracted by the scent. Its weapon is not a web, but its camouflage. Butterflies see light and colour in the ultraviolet spectrum. Shades contrasted against green signal flowers, and flowers signal a nectar source. Colour and scent advertise a plant's existence to attract pollinators such as butterflies. The crab spider takes advantage of this free advertising by becoming a discrete part of the flower's lure. It simply becomes an indistinct part of the UV image of the flower petals. Once a butterfly begins to feed, it grabs the insect in its front claws and administers a venomous bite. Much smaller than the butterfly, the spider has no need to devour the entire animal, but sucks its body juices. Its ambush is dependent on its ability to deceive its prey. Other creatures ambush their prey using traps as their weapons. Many are the creation of small sedentary predators. What they lack in mobility, they make up for in structural ingenuity. When you're half the size of a fingernail, your legs are barely strong enough to carry you, and you depend on prey that's almost your own size, survival depends on a weapon other than speed.